South Africa stands at a pivotal crossroads in its democratic journey. The 2024 general elections marked a significant shift, with the African National Congress, ANC, losing its majority for the first time in 30 years. This development has sparked a nationwide conversation about the future of democracy in the country, with many advocating for electoral reform as a means to revitalize the democratic process. The current electoral system, which relies heavily on proportional representation, has been criticized for fostering party-centric politics over individual accountability. Critics argue that this system has led to a disconnect between elected officials and their constituents, as representatives are often more accountable to their parties than to the voters who elected them. This has contributed to a sense of disenchantment among the electorate, as citizens feel their voices are not being heard or represented effectively. In response to these concerns, the Electoral Reform Consultation Panel, ERCP, was established to explore potential reforms to the electoral system. The panel's report, tabled in Parliament in September 2025, outlines several recommendations aimed at enhancing accountability and responsiveness in the political system. These include measures to increase the representation of independent candidates and adjustments to the proportional representation system to ensure a more direct link between voters and their representatives. The proposed reforms have garnered support from various political parties and civil society organizations, who view them as essential steps toward restoring public trust in the democratic process. Advocates argue that by making elected officials more directly accountable to their constituents, these reforms could lead to more responsive governance and a stronger democracy. However, the proposed reforms have also faced resistance, particularly from factions within the ANC who are wary of changes that could diminish party control. Reports indicate that divisions within the ANC over the reform proposals have led to competing reports and internal conflicts, highlighting the challenges of implementing significant changes within established political structures. Despite these challenges, the push for electoral reform reflects a broader desire among South Africans for a more inclusive and accountable political system. The 2024 election results, which saw the ANC's dominance eroded, underscore the electorate's demand for change and greater representation. This shift presents an opportunity for political leaders to engage with the public and consider reforms that align with the evolving expectations of the electorate. As South Africa moves forward, the debate over electoral reform will likely continue to be a central issue in political discourse. The outcome of this debate will have lasting implications for the country's democratic institutions and the relationship between the government and the governed. It is imperative that all stakeholders engage in constructive dialogue to ensure that any reforms implemented serve the best interests of the nation and strengthen the foundations of its democracy. For those interested in staying informed about developments in electoral reform and other political issues in South Africa, subscribing to this channel will provide timely updates and in-depth analyses. By subscribing, you can ensure that you are kept abreast of the latest news and discussions shaping the future of South Africa's democracy.